What's going on, guys? My name is Fuzzlax and today is a hype date because today we start our Pokemon Soul Silver Egglocke. I have been working on this for literal months. It is a testament to a lot of hard work, and first and foremost I want to thank everybody who has helped out on this project. It has been a big step to try and get this to work, and I can't wait to get into this. So let's just jump on in. So, for those of you that don't know what an Egglocke is, it is essentially a variation on the Nuzlocke rules. So, as normal, we can only catch Pokemon in the first area. We must nickname them, and if they are fainted, they are considered dead. There is a slight twist to that, which we will get to in a moment. But we're just going to get through this first. And I'm going to apologise for my Professor Oak impression. It is not the greatest, but I'm going to try and put it a little bit of swing into it. Huh? What? It is already that late? Oh no, I've overslept. Sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Oak, but everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. Before we go any further, I'd like to tell you a few things that you should know about this world. This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. We humans live alongside Pokemon as friends. At times we play together, and at other times we work together. Some people use their Pokemon to battle and develop closer bonds with them. Now, why don't you tell me a little about yourself? Are you a boy or are you a girl? Please, won't you tell me? I'm a boy. And can you tell me your name? So, there are some things that have been changed to this ROM hack, because I was debating on one of two ways to go with this. Either we would go through another Drayana ROM, or I was going to slightly randomize Soul Silver Vanilla, and we were going to go through that. My computer made that decision for us, as it refused to patch in everything for the Drayana stuff. So we had to go with a randomizer. Only some slight things have been changed to make it a little bit more difficult, just to sort of follow in the footsteps of a Drayana game. Your name is Fuzzlax. So we'll go over them in a moment as well. Fuzzlax, are you ready? Your very own grand tale of adventure is about to unfold. Fun experiences, difficult experiences. There is so much waiting for you. Dreams, adventure. Let's go to the world of Pokemon. I'll see you later. So yes, so just to go over some of the things that have changed, that have been changed in the game. So stuff like trainer Pokemon have all been randomized just to give us a little bit more variety, and so that we don't necessarily know what's going on, going to turn up. I've also boosted up the difficulty by 10%. I was going to go with 20, but I thought that was going to be a little bit too much, considering A, we don't know what squad we're going to get, and B, there could be some form of shenanigans going on here. So I thought a nice little 10% boost in levels would be pretty good. No trainer will actually have just one Pokemon. They will have a minimum of 2 Pokemon regardless, and all important trainers will have 6 Pokemon from the get-go. Simple as. We've also gone and changed it so that random items in the overworld are randomized. TMs and TMs have been randomized, as well as their compatibility, and I've made it so that everybody can learn HMs, just to not make it that we have to go back and get someone who has to learn Surf. So we could end up with a random fire type that knows Surf, because it'll be funny. So yeah, that's one thing. And then also all move stats and Pokemon stats have been boosted to Gen 8 standard. So if there's been any changes to moves and you think, oh well, that doesn't look like that, it's because they've been updated to Gen 8. So that's the main things that have happened for now. And if there's any other changes that we've made, we will get along to that once we encounter them. Oh, hi Fuzzlax, you're finally awake. Your friend Lyra was just here. She's playing hide and seek with her Meryl. Oh, I almost forgot. Our acquaintance, Professor Elm, was looking for you. He said he had a favor to ask of you. You know where the lab is, right? That's right, it's right next door to us. By the way, do you have everything you need to go out? Here, use this bag. And trainer card. Use your save. And your options. Thanks, Mom. Right, so another thing that we're going to do, we're going to continue on our tradition from Vault White, and again, we're going to set things to a little bit more difficult. So we're going to play on set, but we're going to do it from the get-go this time. So now we don't have that advantage of knowing what's coming out and then to be able to make the clean switch beforehand. What we're also going to do is going to continue on with the healing in battle. So any trainer, normal trainer that we come across, we can heal as many times as they have Pokemon. When it comes to important battles, then we can only do half of their full squad. Now normally that would have been anywhere between 1 and 3, but because now all important trainers have 6 Pokemon, we will only be able to heal 3 times. Now that's not just, oh, I can use 3 hyper potions and 3 paralyze heals. 3 heals, regardless. That is the way we played through on Vault White. It seemed to work. It was a little bit harder than normal, and it also makes us think about changing out our Pokemon, who we're going to protect, those sort of things. So it makes things a little bit more difficult, but it's on a challenging side, just not like, oh well, this is incredibly hard. So you know what I mean. So we're going to give it a quick save, and then we're going to dive into the rest of the game. Okay, so let's get on with what we're doing. So as I mentioned at the beginning, this is an Egglocke, and I did thank everybody for sending in eggs. I got a lot more than I actually expected, if I'm completely honest. And so I think there's going to be a good mix of some really good Pokemon. I saw some nicknames and was like, well, can't wait to see what those are. Because obviously having to put them into the files and everything, you just get to see what the files are named. Luckily I didn't see any actual Pokemon nicknames, which was good. I did see a couple of ones just named Egg. So I don't know whether that is like, that's the nickname, or whether they forgot to put a nickname in. We'll see if we ever get around to it. But yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit, because we'll be able to swap out our starter pretty soon. So this is the famous Elm Pokemon Lab. What are you staring at? Oh, hi Fuzzlax. I've been waiting for you. Do you know anything about my research? No, I'm 12 or 10 or somewhere around that. As you know, Pokemon are carried in Pokeballs these days. But before Pokeball was invented, people used to walk with their Pokemon, just like your friend Lyra does. Pokeballs are great because you can carry many Pokemon. But walking with Pokemon must have some advantages. It could have something to do with how Pokemon grow and evolve. So, I'm going to give you a Pokemon. Can you walk beside it outside of its Pokeball to see if this brings any special feelings or bonds? The device over there has some Pokemon you can choose from. Oh hey, I got an email. Huh, okay. Hey, listen, I have this acquaintance that people call Mr. Pokemon. He keeps finding weird things, raving about his discoveries. Anyway, I just got an email from him saying that this time it's for real. Just meaning that every other time he's done it, he just made stuff up. It's probably just another Pokemon egg, but we're still so busy with our research. Wait, I know. You can go in our place, right? Can we count on you? You can choose one of the Pokemon from over there. Now normally, in like a challenge mode or something like that, I would try and give Silver his canon Pokemon, which is Totodile. However, he doesn't get to keep his Pokemon as they're going through, and neither do we. So it doesn't necessarily matter which one we choose. So we're just gonna spin it a couple of times, and then whoever it lands on, that's who we're gonna pick for our first token. Right, we received Totodile. Now, as I said, we are going to nickname the Pokemon, but it's just to make sure that we remember where we caught them. So, Totodile here is just going to be nicknamed Starter. It's not going to be named Big T like we normally do. It's not even going to get the courtesy of small letters. It's just Starter! How do you like walking with your Pokemon? It's not bad, is it? I mean, we've done it for 4 steps. It's alright. You can take it all the way to Mr. Pokemon's house. Really? If your Pokemon gets hurt, you should heal it with this machine. It's so easy to use, just check the PC by my desk. Mr. Pokemon goes everywhere and finds rarities. His house is just past Cherry Grove City. Go north a little past Cherry Grove. I'm counting on you. Now then, obviously, with it being a variation of a Nuzlocke, it does mean that there are certain additional rules that make it so that we don't get completely wiped out before we get the actual Pokemon that we're going to be using. So because we will be getting an egg, the Nuzlocke rules themselves, don't start until we get Pokeballs. And it also means that Totodile here, even if he does get knocked out, doesn't matter because he's just a token. So we don't automatically lose if the worst is to happen. So you picked Totodile. Oh, that's a cute Pokemon you have. When you walk with it, it'll become more friendly. You should turn around and talk to it sometimes too. Oh, that's right. Why don't you go show your mom? See ya. So yeah, Nuzlocke rules don't actually start until we get Pokeballs. So we don't have to worry about any of that. Although, the one thing with that is that it's going to take a while before we get another team member. Because as soon as we get to Cherry Grove City, I'm pretty sure we're able to access the PC. And we'll be able to get our starter, which will be pretty exciting to see. Oh, Fuzzlax, that's a cute Pokemon you have. Professor Elm must have given it to you. Oh, Professor Elm has a task for you, you say? What kind of task? I see. That sounds a little difficult. But when someone makes that kind of request of you, it must be important. Oh, that's right, I completely forgot. Your Pokegear came back from the shop. Here you go. A Pokegear or a Pokemon Gear, or Pokegear, as it's often called, is a way the trainers should have. Guess what? You can use your Pokegear to make a phone call. Do you remember how? Doesn't matter whether I say yes or no, you're going to tell me how to anyway. Just power on the Pokégear and touch the telephone button, okay? And hit the name you want and then it'll ding. Right. And again, can't wait to get a Cherry Grove so we can get the running shoes. Oh, wait a second. I almost completely forgot about this. Here, I'll give you my number. I'll call you if anything comes up. And finally, we are able to go about our way. So again, touching on the point, because we don't have Pokeballs, and the Nuzlocke hasn't started, we obviously can't catch any Pokemon. So if we do actually encounter any Pokemon on this route, it doesn't matter. We can battle them to try and level up a little bit, just to give us that bit more of an advantage. But this Rattata does not count. We won't miss it because we ran away or killed it. Get out of here. Actually, just for this one, we're not going to be checking all of them. But since Starter here is going to be with us for a little bit, yeah, naive nature. Yeah, that's not too bad. Up to speed. That's pretty cool. But again, so when we get Pokeballs, obviously we'll get one from this route. We'll be able to go up this way and get a Pokemon. And I think there's actually 2 routes between Cherry Grove and Mr. Pokemon's house. So we'll be able to get 2 encounters there, I think. I may be mistaken. But, you know, it'll be worth a shout. You're a rookie trainer, aren't you? I can tell. That's okay, everyone's a rookie at some point. If you'd like, I can teach you a few things. Okay then, follow me! Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you weren't wearing running shoes. I'll try to keep it as slow as possible, so keep trying. Try keeping up. This is a Pokemon Center. They heal your Pokemon at no time at all. You'll be relying on them a lot, so you better learn about them. This is the Pokemart. They sell Pokeballs for catching wild Pokemon and other useful items. Route 30 is this way. Trainers will be battling their Pokemon. If you go a little further, you'll see Mr. Pokemon's house. This is the sea, as you can see. Some Pokemon are found only in water. Here, it's my house. For your effort keeping up with me, I'll give you these running shoes. They're still warm. Haha, I got you. Don't worry, these are brand new. And now we can run. Yay. A little bit fast. Right, so as you were saying, the Pokemon does sell Pokeballs as normal. However, with the ones that now have 2 traders in them, the second one will now have more random items in them, instead of just like mail and random additional Pokeballs. So that'll make it a little bit easier / harder depending on what items they give, so who knows. And now that we're here, we're going to actually pick our starter. But we're not just going to pick randomly. I am going to pull up a random generator, but first, just to show you all. So box 1, 2, and 3 are we get open. Mainly because box 1 and 2, if we get enough Pokemon, we'll just hold as our team. Box 3 will be a buffer because I don't expect to get that many without some casualties. And then you can see that we have 4 boxes that are full, and then 1 that's about half. Now the reason I have done it this way, where there's only 20 out of the 30 slots done, is because I will actually be using a dice, a D20, to determine which of the Pokemon that we get. And basically the way that's going to go is that every time we catch a Pokemon, we will go from box 1 and we'll just trade out in the box. So not only will we be picking a random one from the new box, but it'll be a different box each time. So make it a little bit more random. So the way this is going to work, we have our D20, and in box number 4 we are going to go for Pokemon number 1. That's kind of fitting. Right, so to go with this as well, we have Henson holding a Master Ball. Uh-oh. I mean, first of all, I don't mind the Master Ball, but that now triggers because we now have a Pokeball. Okay, so we have Henson holding the Master Ball, and that has inadvertently triggered our Nuzlocke to start. That's fine. Wasn't expecting it to happen so soon, but it also means that no matter what we run into next, we can catch it and we can get another encounter straight away and another new egg. So that's pretty cool. Ooh. Right, so if everything worked according to plan, it should be just... Okay, the hatching didn't seem to work. Give me a couple of seconds and I'll sort out a way to get these hatched. Okay, so now... Nope. This is something I was trying to avoid, but we'll be right back as soon as it comes up that it's hatching. Oh, there we are. That didn't take too long. Right, and our starter is... we have a Charmander. Starter for starter. I'll take it. And it was Henson. Now that looked like a shiny one to me. Oh, that... it seems to have changed. Because that was definitely a more yellow Charmander when it hatched. Here's what I'll do. If it ever comes out that it was supposed to be shiny, I will see if I can get it to go back to being shiny without losing anything. So I will try. But we got an Adamant Nature, Dragon Dance, Crunch, Rock Throw, and Metal Claw. Oof. Physical Charmander. Okay, okay. So, we'll add Charmander to the squad. And now, also, to address the levels. So we have rare candies here, and basically these rare candies are to level up the eggs, only to level up the eggs to the level of the Pokemon that we're trading out. So Henson now has to be raised up to level 5. And the problem is that in this gen, it doesn't just stay open and you can just keep using them, or like in later gens where you can just say, I want to use X amount. It can be a bit slow. Right, so that is Henson up to level 5, matching the Totodile. And then we're going to deposit. And basically, just so we know who we swapped who out for, the token then just gets put where the egg was. Simple as. Right, okay, so we have our starter. Right, so now that we have our Charmander, let's go and get our new encounter. I just thought, well, hopefully there's some item. I know there's some items on the floor. Hopefully there'll be some Pokeballs. Actually, before we do anything, we'll go and check to see if the mart has Pokeballs. It's just the old man giving us a map. Yeah. Okay. Almost forgot that we can run. Right. Do you sell Pokeballs yet? You do not. Great. Well, let's get our token. And our Route 30 encounter is a Weedle. I'm gonna have to use a Master Ball and a Weedle. Oh. Oop. So who? Yeah, that just happened. Master Balled a Weedle. Yep. Or 30. And we may as well go and get the egg now. Right, so this Weedle was level 3. What? Our number is number 3. Okay, sort of fitting because of the level. So, 1, 2, 3. We have Drax holding a flame orb. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got to remember to take the item off. I'm excited. Right, so again, we'll just be back once the egg hatches. Okay, so our second Pokemon is a Machop. Got a Gen 1 love going on. So yeah, we had It was Drax, wasn't it? Okay. So we have Drax on the squad. Let's see what Drax has. Adamant, which I mean, I suppose is good for the matchup lane. Has Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, and Bullet Punch. With Guts as... That's why it was holding a Flame Orb. It has Guts. Okay. Probably won't give him the Flame Orb just yet. Mainly because that takes extra health. But it's good to know. So let's get Drax level up to level 3. And then we'll move on up to Mr. Pokemon's house. Okay. So we have a Charmander and a Machop. Pretty cool. Now, if I remember correctly, Mr. Pokemon does give us an egg. I don't know if we carry it in the party right away, or whether it's like you gotta get all the way back to Professor Elm and then it becomes like a carryable egg. But that's an extra encounter. Walks up. And you missed. Can't be missing these heads in. Whoosh. That was a pretty decent chunk of change for experience from Pidgey. And a Super Repel. No, we need to level up Machop. Actually. Which I'm not going to do around here because there are Pidgeys. Might end up switch training him, but I'm not going to flat out. Hey kiddo! How in the world can you be so oblivious to my eye-catching house? Hold it right there. When you follow the path north, you see Mr. Pokemon's house, but before you go there, let me finish what I have to say. Do you have any apricorns? Apricorn trees bear fruit once a day. I have one of those trees too. Yeah, but actually, they are free Pokeballs, but we've got to get all the way to Kurt in like the 3rd city, 4th city? Town, even. I have a feeling that this meant to be, because I have something for you. An apricorn box. Cool. You'll be a decent apricorn to collect them. It'd be really funny if the apricorns had actually been randomized into items. But we got a green one. I'm not entirely certain whether we'll actually be doing it because it takes so long. Like, it really does take a long time to make those balls, but it's like, either it takes a long time or it's just not worth. Because like the ones that are really helpful are late game ones or are in obscure places that I can't remember. So and this Charmander in this first move. I mean, we got a pretty decent moveset, but we don't have anything stab. Ooh. Dragon Scale. We only have Dragon Dance, so that's not really going to help. As long as it... How did that survive? You know what? I don't think that should have... That's crazy, that's right. 2 levels higher than it, adamant. That must have been a bulky Pidgey. Starting to think using that super repel is maybe a good idea. Now the plus... Oh no, I was going to say the plus side is... Oh no, it is. The plus side is the with... Oh, I just remembered. Silver's going to have 6 Pokemon, and he's not going to have a Bayleaf like I was thinking. I was going to say, we picked Totodile and got a fire Pokemon for our starter switch out. But he's not going to have that, and he's going to have 6 Pokemon. We need to level up Macho. Make it forget a move. I did just say, but Ember's special. And I think the moveset that we have right now is more beneficial because of our stats. I think it learns, like, Fire Fang before it becomes a Charmeleon, so hopefully that'll be a thing. But we really do need to train a Macho. Oh, you must be Fuzzlax. It was I who sent an email to Professor Elm earlier. This is what I want Professor Elm to examine. Mysterious egg. So yeah, we don't actually get the egg until after we talk to Professor Elm. A friend from Egglocke gave it to me. I bet you can't find this kind of egg in Johto. I thought Professor Elm might be able to tell us what it is. He's the best when it comes to researching the Pokemon evolution. That's a quote from the famous Professor Oak. You're returning to Professor Elm. Here, your Pokemon should have had some rest. Yeah, that's good. Good. Ah, and with that, I'm Professor Oak, a Pokemon researcher. So you're Fuzzlax. I was just visiting my friend Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm. So I went here. Oh, what's this? A rare Pokemon. I see. You must be helping Professor Elm with his research. I think I understand why Professor Elm gave you that Pokemon. He did not give me that Pokemon. One of you guys did. You will treat your Pokemon with love and care, it seems. You seem to be dependable. How would you like to help me? Jeez, all these old guys is asking for help and not really giving anything in return. See, this is the latest version of the Pokédex. It automatically records data when the Pokemon you have caught. It is high-tech encyclopedia. I'd like you to have it. Go meet many kinds of Pokemon and complete that Pokédex. But I've stayed too long. I have to get going for Goldenrod. I'm a radio presenter, don't you know? I have a feeling that this is not the last time we will meet. Let's exchange numbers. Imagine walking into a house and then some random famous person comes up and goes, yeah, let's just switch numbers. Madness. Right, so we definitely need to level up Drax.
Hello, Fuzzlax?
It's a disaster. It's just terrible. Oh, what should I do? Oh, no. Please, get back here now. I think that'll be a good place to end the episode. It a little bit slow, as it is at the beginning of most Pokemon games, but we now have our new task. We have our team members, which is actually pretty cool that we've got 2 members now instead of just the 1. Although that does now put us at the risk of whatever the wrath of our rival is. But with that, guys, I hope you're enjoying the new series. Give a thumbs up to show your appreciation and liking of it. Like I said, thank you to everybody who sent in eggs. If you want to play along, I should hopefully have a link down below where you can download the save file so you can play along. If you do click to play along, to go through it, don't just go through looking for your eggs to see if they're there and where they are and try and spoil it for people. I mean, by all means, if you want to go through and see what is available and what could possibly come up, by all means, you can do that. But just try to not spoil it for other people and myself, because it's all going to be randomized anyway. And I would potentially try and avoid using those eggs if you do spoil it. But with that, guys, please like the video, comment down below if you're hyped up for the new episodes, and please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the Soul Silver Egglocke, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.